When you live close to the beach, paradise is taking a walk during a 65-degree, partly sunny day in February and enjoying the uncrowded, well, except for the seabirds, gorgeous view. Daytona Beach is the only beach I've been to where you can just drive your car onto the beach and park it. I'm sure it definitely helps to have your car and gear right there when you're spending an entire day in the sun, sand, and water. After our beach strolls, we're usually in the mood for one thing: pizza. For Christmas last year, we bought ourselves the Ooni Koda 16 gas-powered outdoor pizza oven as a joint Christmas present. Now that we're retired, we figured we would try learning a new skill. Believe it or not, after only a few attempts, we were making solidly good New York-style pizza. I'll show you our simple method here. So I've set up everything we need to get started, and I'm using a silicone mat, which makes cleanup easier. This is pizza dough I made 3 days ago that has been proofing in the refrigerator. We found that it's best to be generous with flouring your prep area and your hands in order to work the dough. Now I'm just going to first flatten it out a little. We found this dough recipe online and we made our first pizza with it, and we've been experimenting with the recipe ever since, but we found that a good pizza dough is relatively easy to make. It's just flour, sugar, salt, yeast, water, and oil, and I'll work on a dough making video soon. Next, I'm just going to push down along the edge to define the crust. Once I have a well-defined crust edge, I use my fingertips to press the dough down to flatten and make a first small stretching of the dough. The longer that we proof our dough, the stretchier it gets, so if we have a dough that's over 2 days old, I won't flatten the dough as much at this step. After the dough is flattened in a hopefully uniform sort of way, I pick it up and use my knuckles to get it stretched out the rest of the way. Now we still haven't completely mastered this step because we will sometimes have some very strangely shaped pizzas, but the overall goal is to get a thin pizza crust that's consistent all the way across. Usually our dough balls will make a 12 to 14 inch pizza, and the circles on this mat help when I'm trying to stretch it to a certain size. Once I feel like I've stretched the dough as much as I need to, I lay it down on the pizza peel to put the toppings on. We used to flour the pizza peel, but now we just flour the bottom really well while stretching the dough. You want as little flour as possible on the peel, otherwise you're throwing it into the oven, and that flour is just going to burn. The most important part here is to make sure your dough slides easily on the peel, or we're going to be in trouble when we try to launch the pizza into the oven. Now I just add the sauce and cheese. Our sauce recipe is very simple, and it's just canned tomato sauce that I've added garlic, balsamic vinegar, salt, and a little olive oil to. So our absolute favorite pizza is just plain old New York style cheese without extra toppings, so that's what I'm making. We use pre-shredded mozzarella cheese the most, but we've tried shredding our own and using fresh mozzarella slices. Okay, now I need to do a final check to make sure the pizza slides easily on the peel and we're good to launch it into the oven. My husband is a much better pizza launcher than me, and he just slides it off the peel into the oven. This pizza looks a little different than the one I just showed you because I forgot to hit the record button and I stood outside holding my camera up filming nothing at all. This is the second pizza we made to film the cooking process. The Ooni pizza oven has been on for 15 minutes and we bring it up to 800 degrees Fahrenheit before we launch a pizza, with the middle of the pizza stone at around 550 to 600 degrees. The L-shaped burners cook 2 sides at a time and we turn the flame down a bit right after launching the pizza. The bottom of the pizza firms up after about a minute and we can safely turn it to cook the other sides. We just have to keep an eye on the corner closest to the flames to make sure it doesn't burn. We use this wood peel for turning because it has a thinner edge and we prefer not to scrape the stone with the metal turner. This peel is made in Italy and we got it on Amazon. It takes us anywhere from 2.5 to 4 minutes to cook a thin crust pizza, and that's obviously depending on how hot the oven is and the temperature outside, whether it's windy out, and how close we put it to the flames. Because we're shooting for New York style pizza, we keep a careful watch to make sure we don't end up with a blackened crust. The very first pizza we made caught on fire on one side, but it was still good. The key is to just keep turning that pizza. And after a few short minutes, that pizza is done. Okay, so I switched back to the results of the pizza I prepped on this video because it turned out nice and round. I can't say we're pros yet, but I will tell you that every one of our pizzas have tasted in a range from pretty good to absolutely delicious, and we've only been doing this for about 3 months now. But we have been making pizza at least once a week since we got our oven. And an added benefit to this new hobby is how much fun it is. It is not a chore at all to make the dough or the pizzas. That is a delicious slice. Thank you for watching, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to our channel to find more Paradise Today.